Hey, welcome everyone. Good morning. Hopefully I have everything set up here because I'm starting the stream very last minute here. Competition's about to start in like 2 minutes. But here I am. At least I'm on time. Welcome everybody. We got Dave here saying hello Dub. Planet Bob says good morning Dub and Dub Guild. Hello Planet Bob. Black Hole says good luck with the build everyone. Greetings from Belgium. Rachel, hello. Spartan says good morning Dub and all. Did you do the White House egg hunt last week? I did it, but I didn't do it enough. I see they paid out the egg rewards. They said there was going to be some kind of reward. Now we don't know what the eggs do. I only got the common and the rare egg though. Unfortunately, I did not play enough to get the epic or the legendary one. I might have to fix my... No, never mind. I don't have to fix it. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's fine. Grandma, hello. Juxies in 28. Hey, Oaken Shield says good morning. Herp says hi all. Good luck, have fun. Jaco, hi. Mary NG, good morning. Martin says hello, just in time. Yeah. Welcome. Cream Boy, good morning. Tabuka, hello. Eddie, good luck, have fun. It's written twice. Emma says hi Dub, hi all, good game, good game. Martin says last minute pretty normal. I say yeah, that's pretty normal. Wilson Gambogi says hi, hello, welcome. Hopefully everybody's doing well and ready for this. Ready to do some banana splits. Lazy DC says good day. My name is Jeff says hello. It's about to start in like less than a minute. Let me drink some water here. I pretty much got back on my computer, started the stream. I still need to drink some water. I did bring a full bottle of water at least. Gotta stay hydrated. You know, thankfully I didn't get sick. I was sure I was gonna get sick because my girlfriend was sick all week pretty much. I did not get sick, so I'm thankful for that. Rahib says, hey Dub, good luck to you and everyone. Hello Rahib, good luck to you as well. Hi again, Lazy DC. Alina says, hey there everyone. Alright, it should have started now. I am ready. I do have a plan. I already did my daily challenge. There it is, split the light. For cash rush strategy, I think I'm gonna do the same old glass rush, old reliable glass rush. Right, let me add that one NFC to the guild library. I forgot I was gonna add a silent right to that. Actually, I don't think I even told you I was gonna do that. Mr. Chupa says good competition to all. Morris says good luck, have fun y'all. Hopefully everybody's prepared. Yeah, I'll edit. Once it lets me in here. It's the afternoon now, by the way. At least here it is. Well, it's noon. It's exactly noon. Yeah, she was sick. I guess now she's not. Well, not to the point where she needs to drink medicine, so that's good. Oh, my camera shakes around a little bit, or it moves around sometimes. I don't really want to mess with it though. Damn, it's taking a good minute to get in here. Did you receive last week's competition rewards? I don't think so. I haven't paid enough attention, but I don't think so. I only just saw that we got the egg rewards for those of you who did the White House hunts. I didn't even realize that was gonna end today either. Probably should have known that. Alright, so mountains on south, rivers on east. I want to do my glass rush somewhere in the middle where I won't have to move around too many buildings. I need to set up some roads here so I don't mess up. Kind of like a rectangle is what I'm gonna do. Whatever, I'll get rid of that rock even though it's like really expensive. Set up a couple roads here. Ooh, it is laggy though. It definitely is laggy. Like it already lagged up on me. Damn. This time it is definitely laggy. It might just be that I need to refresh my my page, I guess. Let's see. Nope, it lagged out immediately. As in, like a road is missing. Let me turn on auto sell and update town offline. You know what? I think another road's missing. Wow, it is laggy. I don't know if it's just me. Hopefully it's not just me. Because, I don't know, last time y'all said it was really laggy. It wasn't laggy at all for me. So this time, maybe I got unlucky here. Okay, let's see if I can work with this. I want to at least set up the glass rush before I have to refresh this. Herb says, nope, here it is very laggy too. Okay. Dini, hello, says hi Deb and everyone. Bama disconnected after 30 seconds. At least I didn't disconnect. Maybe that would have been better than all this lag though. Yeah, I can tell it's taking like 1 second too long for stuff to place. Well, we'll work with it. Okay, even the corrupted packs take a while. Okay, let me go ahead and turn this on. I could maybe do like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and add styling right in here. There we go. Edit styling right to the guild library. I could do Banana Rush with the tractor NFTs I have. But I find it easier to set this up. And yeah, I think that setting this up is faster than the Banana Rush would be anyways. Okay, let's set... What's up, Sandula? Yeah, I just seen it like, when as soon as I started the stream, I saw it. But it should be in the guild library already. Okay, you gotta put down Christmas tree. And stars and stripes. And oopsie. No, actually, let me move that. And let me sell wine bottles before I run out of money. Or glass bottles, I mean. I'm gonna keep calling them wine bottles. I think one day somebody will be confused. The day that people forget that glass bottles used to be called wine bottles. So I'm building a pond, which is something I like never do. But the reason I'm building a pond here is because I want to use a rare water pump to supply the passive water drums that I need for the master wizards that are going to be crafting ice. There is another way I could have done it, is use the aquifer and then place down a diamond water pump somewhere closer to the river. But I am using all those spots for trees, which is why I don't want to do that. Oh, there goes another road. I have to really be patient with this. That sucks. That's 3 roads lost. So let me try placing a road and then getting rid of like 3 things. Place another road. Get rid of some stuff. And I placed the road in the wrong spot. Great. Oh yeah, let me try to place the rest of the corrupted packs. I didn't even finish putting those on. Yeah. Let's do fundamental storage. Oh wait, let's do that somewhere else. I guess let's do that here. Louis de Points, hello. Good afternoon. Hey, Rod. I can get rid of that. Deleting stuff so fast it might crash the game. You guys remember when they didn't have a quick remove button? It took so long to always clear this stuff out. What's up, C Money? What's the button to quick remove? So whenever you click something, you would click delete or backspace, and it'll instantly delete it without any confirmation message. Just be careful, don't do that when you're clicking over your nuclear power or another very expensive building, or else you'll regret it. It is very helpful. Yes, there is, Ruka. Oh boy, once you guys realize. All this time you've been clicking one by one. Are you sure you want to remove this? Yes. Are you sure you want to remove this? Yes. It's probably been a feature now for how long? 2-3 months, feels like, maybe? How long has it been? 3 months? 4 months? I mean, it hasn't been here forever, but it's not like brand new at this point. Very nice quality of life updates. We would love to see more of those, but it's been a while, you know? Dang. Moves on me. Yeah, on this road that I'm building here, I gotta leave gaps for the spooky Wheel of Nightmares that I'm gonna use. The spooky Wheel of Nightmares are gonna give me passive corn to my windmills crafting cornstarch. That'll come a little later though, not right now. I'm just explaining why there's little gaps there. And there's also a gap here for the silo, which I don't really need to use the ground silo. I could use the other one, the Supreme silo. It's fine either way. So while I'm working on getting some lumber, wood, and the cash from selling bottles, place down these roads. I should also build some of the logger houses. Helps me get more lumber. I probably, over here I should have put the charge station instead of the Tesla coil. Ah, whatever. It's fine either way. Wait, so instead of the wheels, I'm going to put the crane bots over here for the time being, since I can easily replace those later. And I want to put down the tavern. It's going to be windmills over here later, so I want to put down circus, and next to the circus I want to put down the birdhouses since that's very important. Sandula, I must refresh, too much lag. I'm going to eventually, I just don't want to do it right away because then I'm just gonna run into another issue where I'm gonna have to refresh again. But right now I'm only missing like 3 roads. Ruka says, oh my god, when it used to be the old version of Townstar, I accidentally deleted a nuke because it decided to change what I clicked as I hit delete. That sucks. Mainly because of the lag. Dang. And you probably didn't even realize it then. See Money says, does the Common Ground Academy do anything? No. At the moment, it doesn't. The intention is that it's going to be a soil sink once that system is ready. You're going to be able to spend soil for temporary buffs to use in competitions. That is the idea that was pitched to us. Which it sounds fine, it's just, you know, it's an idea. And it's been a while since we've heard that. Okay, over here I can put the, not the birdhouses, the rose bushes. I should turn this off, or else... Yeah, that's taking up a little bit too much space. Nice. They already built the 3 loggers. Let's do 3 more over here. Omba Gaming, what's up? Late to the party? Good day, good luck. You too. You are 20 minutes late, but I don't think that should be an issue. And we'll do another circus over here. I'm sure you can tell where all the windmills will go. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought it was gonna lag out on me there. Did it not sell the energy? It might not have. Carl Zed, hello. iDub, is May Mayhem happening next month? Right now there is no confirmation, and I wouldn't expect there to be until the first couple days of May. As has been the case, what feels like for 2 years. I know last year it was the second day of May that they announced May Mayhem details. I think 2023 they announced it at the very last day of April, or April 30th. April 30th is the last day of April, yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, somebody could correct me. It's kind of hard to remember those past 2 May Mayhems, since they weren't anything special, right? But in 2023, I think they announced the details on the 30th of April. And in 2024, they announced it on the 2nd of May. I know it was like already May 1st, and people were like, so there's no May Mayhem? There's no details? They didn't announce the details until the 2nd day of May. So I would expect the same if there is a May Mayhem, which I think there is going to be, but like the idea of May Mayhem isn't really exciting right now compared to the last 2 years. Not very exciting compared to 2022 or like 2021. So I think there will be some sort of May Mayhem, but that could just mean like sales, discounts, small additional rewards, like very small, or events in like Champions Arena or Eternal Paradox, for example. Because like, let's be honest, it doesn't really make sense to do big rewards right now. Neither did it the past 2 years, because there's like not enough influx of new people, in my opinion, not enough hype as there was in 2022 or 2021, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is right now. Herb says I got disconnected. Good thing already got fast forward on. Yeah, that's why I turned it on right away, because I am planning to refresh my town anyways. Here I am like 20 minutes later. I haven't refreshed it yet, but I'm making good progress nonetheless. So you can see I'm using Light Circus to have 10 windmills on a green craft timer right here, here, and here. But over here, I'm using the 4th circus I own to have a green craft timer or no shade on only 4 windmills, because I only needed a few more. And this is like the best spot that I had. Maybe I could have done it over here, but no, actually, this makes more sense. Yeah, because I'm going to have these making cornstarch, and there's already going to be some passive corn near this area because of all the spooky wheels I have placed. Yeah, it'll make sense. It will make sense. It always makes sense. Says I'm first place. The glass bottle selling master, first place for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. Martin says no hype. Why? Team is fun. We have AMAs. We got updates. Time to wake up again. Even that wasn't enough though. Like the AMAs and updates and stuff, that's great. But even that wasn't getting us like the tens of thousands of players that we would love to have in here. The last time we had tens of thousands of players was in 2021, right? Late 2021 when I started playing. I don't know if they all did the competition, because that was... I wasn't doing competitions in 2021. But there was... Technically, you could say 10,000 players, sure. I'm sure they have the numbers. I should hold off on the ATVs. The game is fun though. I mean, it's not for everyone, obviously, but for me it's fun. For a lot of people here, it's fun. But they promise, like, you mean with the soil token or more updates, or what exactly do you mean? I'm sure they promised something, but I kind of had to guess what you meant there. Yeah, like I know Mirandus made promises. I'm sure Townstar made promises too. Yeah, like the play to earn coming back, right? Technically, not exactly. Well, so it's play to earn, obviously, because of the competitions and the free NFTs. But as for the daily challenges, is that play to earn? It's in the form of IOUs. So like you get a soft currency called dirts, and then eventually you'll actually get a real token for it. So it's like an IOU form. I can't remember if I had Gilded Barns turned on for this. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't have it turned on. We shall see. I really don't remember. Because I overproduced milk. I remember that much. Wow, okay, I didn't know. I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh. The game is fun. Like, well, my opinion, right? Game is fun. Of course, the lagginess doesn't help. Like, that's not what we're talking about when we say the game is fun. We don't like the lag, obviously. But yeah, the game is fun. Craps Crypto, there used to be 10k players because Land Rush was better. I completely disagree with you there. Just because I didn't think Land Rush was better, but that is my opinion. But the reason I completely disagree with you is because the rewards at the time felt better, I think, and there was more hype around crypto, especially once Gala hit near $1 all-time highs and Towncoin was like almost $2, right? There was a lot of hype, so there was a lot of people playing Townstar. That's why there was like 10,000 players. A lot of people were doing their daily challenges. It was not because Land Rush was better. They probably would have preferred... I can't say that for sure. It worked differently back then. The way we do daily challenges now is different to the way we used to do daily challenges in 2021. B-Rob says token price was the only reason it had a lot of players. There you go, yeah. Okay, maybe not the only reason, but like it was the biggest reason, yes. It was the biggest reason. Hold on. Shanra says Land Rush aspects that were better and aspects that were worse. Yeah, I'm not saying it was all bad, but I remember people get pissed off when the competition starts and 3 minutes later they're like, wow, there's no good biomes. Guess I'm not doing the competition this week. I feel bad for them, and it was kind of annoying to see that, to be honest. Like they hate the game just because of Land Rush. I saw that a lot of times. Now, obviously, the people that were getting good biomes were not complaining. I wasn't complaining. I'm sure Shanrat wasn't complaining. Maybe B-Rob wasn't complaining. Maybe he got good biome. Well, actually, I don't think B-Rob played at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. But I saw a lot of people complain back then about Land Rush. It discouraged a lot of people when it came to competitive play, because they weren't able to get a good biome, or they were complaining that people got better biomes than they did, and that's why they couldn't rank very well. So like after hearing all that sentiment, I understand, and I think that Land Rush was not good. Even though I was good at doing it, I got good biomes eventually. I got the hang of it. Not everyone can get the hang of it. Not everybody can start the competition on time, which is another big issue. That is still an issue, the competition start time. It's just, it's favoring mostly people in, I would say, North and South America, because time zone's very similar over here. But on like the eastern side of the world, it's not very fair, right? Am I making enough lumber? Probably not. I think I need... Why can't I get rid of this pasture? It must be part of the bugged roads and everything. It's like I can't get rid of that. Can I do 2 mills for the time being? I can. Yeah, I should have had that running for a while. Let's do 2 mills. Still need lumber here. I'll keep placing stuff down like I've been doing. I mean, I'm waiting on cash and I'm waiting on lumber. I really should have focused more on lumber because I know that the ice cream parlors are going to take up a lot of it. A lot of lumber. Let's see, what I will do is put down a lumber storage. I know that I'm going to have master wizards here. So I'll do that, and let's do another mill right here. And screw it, let's do one more right here. Boom, there we go. Get more lumber going. Did I turn guided blades on? I did not. That would have also helped. Great woodlands. Let's keep putting down the salty salt fields. B-Rob says the old game was still up on the site, but I never played it, just Godot. Okay. Oh yeah, at the time. I see. Martin says, when I learned the oil seep in desert, that helped a lot. It did, and yeah, that's why desert was one of my favorite biomes until I got, what was it, a haunted West Wing? And then I started going for plains, because the only downside to the desert was, it's kind of hard to start. Nowadays, nobody has that issue, but back then it was harder to start in the desert. Unless you had a river, I guess. So if you had a river, you can easily get wood. But without that, it was kind of difficult to start out. That was the problem. These aren't... I don't actually have to build those windmills. I just remembered. Actually got legendary trees there. Because I needed more wood production for this. Let's go ahead and put another green bot here. Horse. And take that out. Shanrai getting a desert river spot was hard. Yeah, and that was like one of my favorite things to go for also. Eventually I did get the hang of it. Like I think I consistently got deserts with one river. I could still never get like the deserts with two rivers. Maybe I did it once, but it was still very difficult to get desert with two rivers. But usually I did get desert with one river. And then I transitioned to trying to go for plains or forests with one or two rivers. You know, it depends on the meta, obviously. Okay, rotating the sugar sands really doesn't matter. That's a spooky wheel, that's a spooky wheel, spooky wheel. Also, spooky wheel, okay. Built the chocolatier since that requires wood. Dini says, when I finally got into the server, all good biomes already taken. I hated land rush. Yeah, there you go. And I heard a lot of people say that. Martin says, is there any info on when soil? I know nothing for that right now. No info. No new info, pretty much. Since I have the space, let's put down all the bakeries. And solar panel. Alright, these need ice blocks, but I'll worry about that later. Probably should get all the bakeries finished first. I have almost all the cash I need. Probably by the time those finish building. Oh, then there's two more over here. Wow, this is going pretty quickly. Well, then again, it's been 37 minutes already. It doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it's going pretty quickly. Let me rotate these. I could turn on all the windmills and not place down the tractors until I'm ready to run it. Oh yeah, the sugar station's already making sugar. Let's have that. Oh, I'm already making eggs too. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm probably making milk too, yeah. Alright. That's fine. Martin, I'm not good at sitting still and that music ain't helping. Ruka says, anytime I got a desert river spot, it was mainly at 2 gas location. I was with the Express Depot? Or without? Ruka also says, I can never get a fast start because the second it starts, everyone and their mamas here starts bugging me. That sucks. I remember one good strategy to starting out was, well, first of all, you already have an idea of where you want to go, but you also want a plan B in case that doesn't work out. You can't just stick to one plan. Second, you need to already have your town name copy and pasted, or you're just going to have to settle with a crappy town name. Like as soon as you click the spot and it tells you to name your town, just click a bunch of freaking letters on your keyboard and go with that. But yeah, you probably wanted a decent town name, so you copied it beforehand and then you just paste it as soon as it's time to name your town, and you get in there as soon as possible. Because it's happened to people. Well, it's happened to me too, but like you get the biome you wanted, you still got to name your town. You take 5 seconds naming it and boom, it's gone. It says it's already been taken, and that sucks, right? Yeah, that was one of the strategies. There was another strategy, and that involved already moving the screen, even though it was still loading. I remember that. So like whenever you load into the land rush, the screen would be black for a couple of seconds while it's waiting for the map to load up, but you can already move the screen while the screen is black. And if you have an idea of how much you need to move it, you can get to the place where you need to be. Because by default, it will put you at where your IP is. So like I'm in Texas, so whenever I would start and get into the land rush, it would have me around that area. But maybe I wanted to go to Africa and get one of the biomes over there. That's how I would do it. Just quickly start going like this. Or if I wanted to go to Canada to get the areas with the ocean and the river, yeah, I would go up. Yeah, that was my strategies. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned them back then. It doesn't do you any good now. I don't know why I'm mentioning it. Martin, ouch, ouch, ouch. Why am I not seeing bananas for sale? Oops, yeah, you needed silo. Ruka, well, those water spots back then, you could only get to the town using a boat, and speedboat didn't exist. That's right, okay. You got a good point. Shanra, on top of those tips, I would have everyone in the house shut down their phones and any devices that use internet so the game could use the full internet bandwidth. Yeah, I guess that is a good tip if you want to go that far. Let me go ahead and refresh because I think here I'm good and I'm kind of just waiting. Having the chicken coops and milk barns already running might slow me down a little. I think what I'm going to do is take 2 of these off. I'll put them back later. Just because it's kind of... Yeah, I'll take this off too. It's wasting wood. I don't want to waste wood right now on the eggs and milk. Not until I'm done. But yeah, now I need a refresh to get some of those roads back. So that's what I'm going to do here. Or at least return. I don't know if I should just return to main menu. I'm probably going to have to refresh the page. It's probably going to lag out here for like 3 minutes. So yeah, we're going to be here in the menu for a couple minutes. Rob's Crypto, sorry, I didn't mean to start a discussion for Land Rush. Nah, it's good. It's always a good discussion. But I will always disagree with people if they say they prefer Land Rush over this. I prefer this And well, I would love it if we could have a system where we could pick the starting biome out of like 3 biomes. Like they give us a choice of 3. At one point that was the idea, but I mean that hasn't happened. I don't think people would be opposed to the idea of also having, well, maybe they would, having NFT biomes that the entire guild could use. Yeah, probably people would be opposed to it. But I think that would be another alternative to this multiple biome idea. They love selling NFTs after all, so yeah. If they start doing that, they're gonna give out some shitty starting biomes. My camera is like, let's see, yeah, because that kind of covers my. Maybe mess with it. I shouldn't be messing with it, but let's see. That's fine. It's a little better. They should try for a few weeks and see if players' numbers go up. They're not gonna bother wasting dev resources on that. The land rush idea, I mean. Shenrat, the game is already too monetized. I don't think that would go over well. No, it probably wouldn't. Yeah, people are always against something going on sale. I did see the announcement Duck Sunny posted. It was shortly before the competition began. Well, it was half an hour before the competition began. I'll bring it up in case you haven't seen it, but I figure by now everybody's seen it. How we go about explaining this? Well, there was somebody that was upset by the wages on the Twin Tractor, since it was a very good point that when this Twin Tractor NFT released, they announced it, or Duck Sunny announced it, with the utility of having less wages. 50% less wages. Which, since it had 2 workers, 50% plus 50% is 100%, so it would have the same wages as the in-game tractor. The only difference is that it was 2 workers. But what ended up happening is that whenever people started using the NFT, they realized that the wages were not half, they were not 50% lower, they were regular amount, which means you were paying for 2 tractor wages instead of 1, like the NFT suggested originally in the announcement. And what they ended up doing, or at least what Duck Sunny ended up doing, is editing the announcement to remove the fact that it used to say 50% less wages. And I believe it was the original description of the NFT, as if you check NFT Harbor, it will show you the original description of the NFT. And if you check the Gala Game Store, it will show you the new edited version of the description, which doesn't mention the reduction in wages at all. So we figured they went back and changed it after they had announced it and after they sold it, which sucks, right? Because they promised us utility in a way, and some people bought it, and then it turns out it didn't have that utility. So yeah, that does suck. They really shouldn't be doing that. And I don't know what happened or what clicked here, but it does seem like they are working on fixing this utility that was missing. So I guess at some point in the near future, the twin tractors should be getting the 50% reduced wages that they were originally announced with. And that would mean their wages would be 150 instead of 300. Right here on Gala inventory, it does say their wages is 150, but I guess that's per worker rate. So let me place one down. I have a bunch of NFTs that reduce it, but they actually fix it? I don't think so, because I have a lot of NFTs that reduce it. Or did they already fix it? I don't know. Now I'm confused. But they said they're looking into that. How much is the tractor wages originally? 150? If it's 150, is it not already fixed? That's what I'm a little bit confused about here. The wages are cut now? Okay, the wages are already cut. Is that true? See, I'm a little confused because I read the announcement as they were going to fix it, and I don't see an issue here. Can't even remember if I ever saw an issue in the first place. But I don't see an issue there. I have a bunch of lumber now, so let me get rid of those. And I think I have all the cash that I need. I definitely need a lot more energy though, so let me run this. I need wood now, so let's just focus on wood production. And yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of my glass rush. Dream, good morning. Martin, I see 150, so they did. It does look like it's already fixed, so I'm a little confused about that. Ruka says, honestly, the wages don't bother me. It's more that I get 2 for 1 in a spot. Yeah, I do believe that's the main reason people bought that NFC anyways. It's for the 2 tractors in 1 tractor spot. Of course, it also casts 1 shade instead of 2 shade, which is nice. And of course, you don't need to build 2 tractors because you have the NFC. He came through the window. That sucks. See money. Oh yeah, well, why can't we have the devs for all the games like Miranda's devs? That would be good to have, yes. Yep, I seen the fix yesterday / in the morning. Ah, okay, no wonder. All right, I did not have... Did I have the game running in the morning? Maybe I did. See, that confuses me even more because they said they're looking into it, but it's already fixed. All right, then. Okay, so yeah, apparently the tractor wages stuff is already fixed. Even though Duck Sunny says they're working on it. Maybe he got that memo like a day ago and forgot to share it. That wouldn't really surprise me. But there we go. 1 fix. So Sandula, if they actually did put out a patch yesterday, which I can't remember if they did. I must have missed it. I must not have been online. But if they did, you think they also fixed any other bugs? They finally fixed the fireworks bug? Yeah, unfortunately with no changelog, we're kind of left guessing here. I am a little surprised that they had already changed it, even though Duck Sunny says they're working on it. So yeah, that kind of caught me off guard. Because I thought they were going to fix it like later this week. Yeah, they don't always make sense. Sandula, I don't know, but when I bought a twin in the morning, like around 3 AM, and the wages was 150. Okay. Move this out the way. This here. All right, let me get one master wizard going. Gotta start making ice blocks. 52 minutes in. I need the cold. I'm gonna get the cold from, let me take this one off too. From the snowman. Place down the snowman here. And up above, crystal reindeer is going to reduce the craft time of the ice blocks. Also going to have a sorcerer's hut going. Also making ice blocks. I do need to build one master wizard here. And I do have enough cash for everything, so I'm not going to use stars and stripes anymore. Okay, we'll put that in the guild libraries, stars and stripes. And don't need the tree anymore either. Do I have enough space in the guild library for the tree? I do, there we go. Be a cream box. Sure, go ahead and turn that on. That's not what I meant to do, by the way, but I need to do it anyways. Put my tiny bakeries here. All the bakeries will make the ice cream cones. Might as well turn them on. And I guess I'll go ahead and turn this on too. And the sugar ones. Might as well, I should be fine. Oops, wrong one. Shenra says, what is that tank beside your chocolate shops? Well, yeah, I didn't even explain it, but I just placed it down. This is a rare cornstarch storage. It'll hold 40 cornstarch, and it'll make it so that all the windmills will forcefully put the cornstarch there and not put it in the closest storehouse. Since I have some making cornstarch over here, I don't want them depositing it there. I want them depositing it here closer to all the bakeries. The bakeries already, well, the bakers already have to move a lot because my milk and egg production is on the other corner, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's just the way it went. But yeah, I don't want them wasting time doing 3 trips for cornstarch and getting some of them from over here. Are you going for 150 per hour? Damn, Morris, that's an amazing guess. Congratulations, that's spot on. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't asked anybody to guess yet, but yep. You're right on there. 150 per hour at minimum. Best case scenario, I think it was 153 per hour, but 150 per hour is the goal. I do think that's that'll secure top 25. Not the very best rates, but good enough for my goal. Was the tree promised to someone? Oh, the Christmas tree? No, anybody that needs to use it or wants to use it can use it. This full. That needs energy. Well, it probably doesn't help that I don't have energy storage, huh? Let's do this here. Yeah, all this time they're waiting on energy. Let's just have all this running, because I don't think wood and lumber is an issue anymore. Whoops, wrong one. I'm not even using spooky tracks. Spooky wheels. Is this... Oh, okay. They are kind of busy still. I've seen like crypto do like tiny spikes the past couple hours. Yeah, I guess it did spike up a little bit more. Still long ways to go. So how many White House Easter eggs did you guys get? Because unfortunately I only got 2. Will they ever do anything? Probably not. What would they be under? Collectibles? Gala Games? Oh yeah, they're under Gala Games, I see. That makes sense. I got a common egg and a rare egg. Oops. There, this rare egg probably doesn't do anything. Just a random collectible. Let's see what I can do here. I do use my turkey statue and Lucy. Oh, it just like lagged out. Okay. Did not expect that. Just kind of gave up on me there. Dini got all 4 eggs. Pity, they are worth nothing. Yeah, probably. What was the 4th egg for? 5,000 points? I didn't submit that many scores. The 2nd egg, the rare one, I probably got it for getting 2,500 points or something. Yeah, Lucy broke the game. But yeah, in that little White House game, I only played it for like half an hour, which maybe was more than most people played it here. But Most of the scores I just didn't submit because I kept trying to go for like a very high score. And I just kind of gave up at some point. I never had any glitches or lags this time. Strange because last time it was super laggy and it was so smooth for you. Yeah, it's like the opposite this time, huh? I know we probably are on different servers and all that, but still strange. So they're missing ice blocks. All right, not even the energy. Okay, well, we're a little over an hour in and I am almost done here. I do need ice cream parlor here. This can make ice blocks. So I'm using 2 rare vanilla bean stands and 1 epic vanilla bean stand. It will allow me to have full passive or 6 passive vanilla beans for these 6 ice cream parlors. So those are going to be the ones making the vanilla ice cream cone. Not having to have any vanilla bean fields is a huge space saver. These 2 will be making chocolates ice cream cone. There will be another 3 over here making chocolate ice cream cone. This one's still getting built. This one will also make chocolate ice cream cone. And then there will be 6 making strawberry ice cream cone. They have the 4 passive strawberries that they need. And then the 2 over here will be making the banana splits. And I'm going to place down the monkey tree, the banana monkey tree. That gives me the passive bananas for the banana splits. What way was this rotated? Probably that way. I think I have too much salt in there. That's what's slowing it down. Oh yeah, I did put it on also. Let's set up some stuff here. I'll probably have to come back to this. I don't have to sell brine. Let's push eggs up to 30. Actually, 27, just in case. I don't remember what numbers I had those on. Milk to 27. Salt to 27. Same thing with sugar. Not selling glass bottles no more. Lazy DC, banana better than gold works for me. Yeah, if you don't have any NFTs, I would say banana is better than the gold rush. Hey, let's get the chickens back. So with 2 nourished chicken coops, I can have all these chicken coops fully fed. Oh yeah, I placed down the turkey statue and Lucy, and that's what broke my game. That's right. Just noticed they're not here. Okay, let's try this again. Lucy? Okay, cool. Worked that time. Let's put down the rest of the twin garages. And the rest of the spooky wheels. Okay, I'm gonna use Santa's Factories because it gives me 4 passive cold. That's gonna give all the passive cold for these ice cream parlors. Oh yeah, I haven't even turned these on, but these are gonna make the chocolate bars. Actually, that's not a chocolate shop. Don't know why I built that one. Must have been clicking too fast. That's just a storehouse. I only needed 5 of them making chocolate bars. And I have 2 more bakeries over here. Nakil Rai, hello. Where do I daily challenges in main account or the event? Whenever you get on the game, you're going to see 2 menus. You want to click on the right one, which says events. The daily challenge event has a green border. It should say daily challenge as well. So that's the one that resets every day and you have a certain goal. The goal for today is to sell 10 honey. That's it for the daily challenges. The competition should have a blue outline. Starts on Tuesdays, ends on Fridays. During the weekend, they will have practice events that also have a blue outline, so it might be confusing, but it does say practice event. The practice events don't have any rewards, only the real competition does. Hope that info helps. But if you need more info or have another question, feel free to ask. I need more lumber here, just realized that. So let's do... I also want to build another logger. Let's do this. Let's make some lumber. I need 10 lumber here and then 5 more lumber for another logger house. This will be replaced for a Master Wizard NFT that I have. Very close to finishing. Probably took me a little longer than it should have. But that should not make a difference. Let me double check the rotation of these buildings. They did edit the description of the twin garage NFT again on this story. Just check that. So once again, it does say while charging half the wages. Because I remember at some point I checked this and it didn't have that. So they added it back. Not really a big deal in my opinion. But hey, they fixed it. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever understand the reasoning on what happened there or why that happened. There's several things. Like why was it not working as they said it would, and instead of fixing it, why did they just change the description? And then later on, why did they fix it, you know? Oh shoot. Well, how much lumber do I have? I need 5. Okay, that's fine. Well, now I need... I guess I could just put the Tesla coil. Yeah, that'll work. Because I only need to build one more logger house. All of these should be turned on. What's not on yet is the effect cards. I need to do that. They are funny. It is kind of just to show they will do things like this to cover their ass. Yeah, like what made it click? What made them change their mind? Did they did they already change their mind at some point and they were just waiting for approval? Like there's no way to know. Yeah, what do I want here? An apply all button for this would save me like a good minute. Or like that one dude said, just click apply on everything, but I don't want a lower rarity thing overriding a higher rarity thing either. Ice cream shop. The lumberyard doesn't matter. I don't think I had gilded barns on. I need to pay attention to that. I really don't remember, but I don't think so. Bulky storehouse for sure. Easty tractor. Definitely. I think that was it. And if the town doesn't work, it's because I forgot to apply something, for sure. Alright, loggers built, so I can get rid of this, get rid of this. All of these should be turned on, except the Sandus factories, those don't craft anything. Oh yeah, and get rid of this. And put down the other master wizard. Make some ice blocks. I think that's it. Let's run it for a couple minutes and see if the production rate makes sense here. Dream, how are you going to give your ice cream parlors cold dub? They are already getting cold from the legendary Santa's factory. Legendary Santa's factory gives up to 4 passive cold. And the way I planned it out here, all of these have 3 passive cold. Now what's going on over here for the Master Wizards, I have the Monumental Snowman that gives 3 passive cold. It doesn't need a road unlike the Santa's Factory. So these right here are getting 3 passive cold. These 2 things right here, they are getting 2 passive cold from the Monumental Snowman, and the rest of the cold is coming from the Santa's Factory. So as you can see, this one has 4, this one has 3, so they still work just fine. Done already really fast? Yeah, always. It could have been faster. I feel like I could have finished that on the hour. It took me like a good hour 20 almost. I will blame the lag for it taking a little longer than it should have. And I'm assuming everything's turned on here and like nothing's bugged out. We'll see if that's the case. It'll take a while to get the accurate banana split rate. Well, it actually shouldn't take like that long either. But hopefully I remember all the other rates. So it should be making at least 150 banana splits per hour. At most 153 per hour, you know, if everything wants to work as it should, because I had to balance a lot of items between 3 different flavors of ice cream. I'm sure most of you have that issue, of course. I know Brian should be close to 4,000 per hour, though I only need it to be 3,600-ish. Yeah, I will overproduce salt, basically, which is fine. So the brine rate is good, I know that. It's looking good for the first 3 minutes. That's not very accurate, you know? It is looking good, so that's great. Lazy says, I guess I'm right on time since I just finished guest setup. Yeah. Zatvik says, thanks for guide us ice. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I did explain it on the build showcase. Let's check over at the Town Star discussion here. Duxony said, I hold it any text waiting closer to the fixed state. What is the fixed state, though? Was the issue now that the thing was solved and the time of the announcement was after? I have no issue with that. It is just a little confusing. Yeah, if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask, but I do have a very helpful video on starting out cash rush strategy by selling gold and then getting to gasoline production, which is a great video I worked on. Let me go find it. I don't have it memorized. Let's see. Let's go find Dubstep Rods Town Star Gold Rush Guide. That's also a good guide, but that's not the one I was looking for. There it is. Yep, trial and error. The old but true way. That's how it goes. Lazy says, I didn't know banana was boosted until I saw your video earlier. Thanks, but you are welcome. Yeah, it's good to know. Now, although I don't recommend doing Gold Rush for this specific competition, it is good to know how to do it. And like if any new player asks for a strategy, I will refer them to this video, the Gold Rush and Gasoline Guide. Because it explains two things at once basically, and I edited it to not take up that much of their time. It's under 8 minutes. I don't even get mid-roll ads to play if it's under 8 minutes. I don't really care about the ads. But this is here to help them out and not waste their time. Because I like helping people, I like making guides. I don't like them being that long. That's why I spend a lot of time editing them. I actually probably could push out more videos if I didn't spend time editing videos. Like instead of them being 10 to 12 minutes, it'd probably be 20, 25 minutes and I'd misspeak a couple times. Or say something wrong that doesn't make sense. Which is why I edit them, to not waste your guys' time. I think it's worth it. For the couple people that watch my videos, which I appreciate you all, thank you, and I hope it helps out. A written guide? Oh sure, I have a written guide too. Sort of. I consider the Townstar playbook sort of a written guide. Like it's not like step 1 do this, step 2 do that, but there's a lot of useful information there on how to play the game. Your workers seem slower than last live video. Well, how many buffs was I using last video? I was using the spooky ghost tracks. Well, the full spooky set. That does make a lot of the workers faster. So this time I am not using the full spooky set. So that would make a difference. Last competition I was using Lolly and Pop Shops. Lolly and Pop Shops are very fast. I'm not using those this time. Lolly and Pop Shops or Candy Shops also have an effect card that makes them move even faster. So yeah, I agree with you. A lot of my workers are not moving as fast as they were on the last competition. That's true. You have a good point. The tractors and the loggers are moving at the same speed. Maybe not the tractors because I'm not using the greenhouse NFT here. But the loggers are moving at the same speed as they were last week. But good point. You are right. The Gala link? Let's see. What's the Gala guide? Oh, no, I didn't really know that. How old is that? What the heck? This is apparently the Gala Guide to Townstar. This is a description of Townstar. It should be updated later. How much later? And here we are. Let's check one of these out. Let's see. Downstar offline mode, fast forward. Explain that to me. Oh, these were made in January. I didn't even know that. Look at that. It was updated the 31st of January. Wow, it explains offline mode. Whoa, people are making guides? How come they didn't let us know? What was this at? Assumptions. This article assumes you know how to auto sell. That's great. Procedure. There you go. Wow, I should make a video on this. I did not know they had guides. Gala's over here teaching people how to play the game. None of us ever knew. Let's go back and check the auto sell. I don't need to make videos anymore, guys. There's guides out now. Gala makes guides. I didn't even know that. How did nobody bring this to my attention? Yeah, auto trade's unavailable for common ground mode. Wait a minute. What's common ground mode? You can enable it by clicking the gear icon. Yep. Customize. Sell out amounts. Yep. Not many people knew about them? Yeah, because I've not seen anybody mention this. It's in the date it started this year. I did not know. Yeah, it is recent, but like, I mean, 3 months, right? And it wasn't brought to my attention. I did not hear people talk about this. I'm kind of skimming through it, but like, it seems helpful. Like, the circles, the arrows, they're nice and neat. It's not bad. Let's check the other ones. Let's learn how to play Townstar today, guys. I've been playing the game for a couple years, but I think now is the time we learn what it is. Welcome to Townstar. How do you get started? Yeah. Gala Games. Ooh, there we go. In the Townstar section, click play. There we go. Common Ground World. You click play to play Townstar. And yeah, they may have to edit these pictures, but you know, it's not bad. Well, this ain't really. They may need to get somebody to update this right here. Casual mode, events mode. I mean, it's explained. Like, this actually isn't bad. Like, you could refer a new player to these guides, and if they know how to read, then they should understand. Whoa, look at this, guys. Look. The absolute #1 priority at Townstar team is to make sure that all the players are having fun and ensuring an even playing field. That's amazing. We need to all have fun, and it needs to be an even playing field. Allowing single players to experiment and discover new strategies and reap the rewards for their creative thinking and hard work, all while ensuring that strategy leads to the highest rank and not exploits. These rules provide a fair game for everyone within the Gala Games and Entertainment ecosystem. So I know what they were like trying to say here, like fair game for everybody, as in no cheating. Not counting NFTs though. That's not what they meant. The NFTs are probably not explained here, but that doesn't count as cheating in the eyes of Gala because it's a game mechanic. It's a paid game mechanic. It's kind of like saying spending money on Candy Crush is cheating because you're buying lives and stuff. Or spending money on Genshin Impact to summon characters faster is cheating, you know? People don't consider that cheating. Pay to win is not really cheating. Maybe some people will consider it, but, you know, Gala doesn't consider using the NFTs cheating. I don't consider using the NFTs cheating. It's part of the game, but obviously it's pay to win. And technically you can get the NFTs just by using the rewards that you win from the game. So there is a way to level up your game that way without having to spend any money. But that's besides the point here. Crabs Crypto says AI made most, if not all of this because of the purpose and assumptions made. Looks a lot like an AI response. You might be right. Like, I'm not going to disagree with you there, Crabs, but these aren't the first Gala articles I've seen before. They always do the assumptions made thing. That's not new. I've seen it for the other articles, even back in like 2 years ago. I've seen that. So this isn't really anything new. If anything, I respect that they do this. That way they don't have to repeat themselves. So yeah, you should already know this info before you even read this guide. That's true. Yeah, I've seen that part, Martin, where they had another article explaining how to like set up nodes and stuff. I do believe I've seen that. Operating multiple towns. Players can only operate one town. Any indication of more than one town per person may result in removal from rewards or permanent ban. They probably should have worded this better, in my opinion. Because depending on the way you interpret this, more than one town, so like running the game on the daily challenge mode and then running the game on the practice server and then doing the competition server, that's like 3 towns, right? So like you could interpret it that way. You can't have 3 towns or else you get banned. That's not what they really meant here. What they meant is not having multiple accounts or, you know, towns in the competition, but really they meant not having multiple accounts. So I don't like the way that this is worded out because it could be interpreted the wrong way. Louise says, by the way, what's the point of playing Common Ground mode? Well, it's not called that anymore. I think now it's called Town Star mode. There's not really a point unless, well, it's for fun, I guess. That's the main point, Louis. It's fun. It's fun. I guess that was the main point. The idea was that there's supposed to be like a Town Star Forever, but that's not really what we had in mind for Town Star Forever. So like really right now, the points, there's not really a point other than for fun. Playing with friends and family in the same household. Players can play with friends and family in the same household so long as they have unique accounts and computers. I think a lot of people already know this. I'm not really going to dive much deeper into this because then we're going to go into the talking about multi-accounting and how some people are getting away with it because they're... Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But that's true. Utilization of scripts. There are no console codes or browser scripts that are supported by Townstar. Any use of console codes or browser scripts is done at the user's own risk. Okay. Do any of you use scripts still? Or you probably won't want to tell me, so don't worry about it. I think there's some people that still use scripts for some things. Browser manipulation that adjusts completes actions within the game. Has a high likelihood of interference with the Ledger of Truth. Is that still a thing? Is the Ledger of Truth a thing? I've not heard of that since... who was it that... I can think of 2 people that mentioned the Ledger of Truth. Or 3 maybe. Bitbender, I think at one point. Which he's not with Gala anymore. Diablo, if any of you remember him. Because I think he was behind this system. And maybe at one point SageMaker talked about it, but I've not really heard people talk about this Ledger of Truth for a while. Maybe that's what it's permanently called now. But yeah, if it interferes with the Ledger of Truth, it may result from removing rewards. This is like them catching cheaters. Townstar records and logs every action. If a player is found to be using scripts to exploit the game, they are subject to a permanent ban. Yeah, I get that. Using console code. Yeah. I get that. Controlling crafts automatically. I have heard of scripts that do this. And yeah, that would be considered cheating. I get that. Using NFTs. Oh, there we go. If an NFT is transferred out of your Gala Games wallet and is still placed within the town will be subject to termination and may leave a permanent account ban. Wait, what? And if an NFT is transferred out of your Gala Games wallet and it is still placed within a town, you could get banned. Oh my gosh, I've not heard of that one before. Whoa. Well, a lot of people are getting banned. Maybe even I am too. Once again, I think they should have worded this better, but the reason this might be on here is to legally cover their ass in a way. Just in case, like, just in case you're trying to do something funny and attempting to exploit the game in this way, which I don't think there is a way, at least nobody's mentioned a way. Because yeah, you can trade an NFT that's still placed in your town. All it will do is immediately remove the town, not the town, immediately remove the NFT from the town. And if you were offline and you go online, it's going to register as the NFT wasn't placed at all before it even starts running offline. Fast forward, whatever. So I don't think this is actually true anymore. Or they could have worded it better. Martin says, have that restart monkey thing, but it's not used. Oh, the temper monkey? Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I think at one point I tried using that and I don't think it... Did it ever help? No, it did. Yeah, I remember that. That was before Godot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the restart tamper monkey script that Crypto Dude made, I believe. That was helpful. Yeah, that was before offline mode and I think before Godot was a thing. Yeah, maybe Shanrat town name. Common sense is applied. Of course. No naughty words in your town name. Just naming my town. What you guys think I was gonna do? Just naming my town since I remembered. Close to 150 banana splits per hour here. That's good. Chocolate ice cream cone's good. Strawberry ice cream cone, vanilla. Okay, it's looking great actually. I think everything here is working as intended. 154 on chocolate. Yeah, eventually this will maybe peak as high as 154. I don't think I've seen it that high though. I've seen it at 153. So it, yeah, I guess I did have Gilded Barns turned off. 1,226 milk. It's 1 milk per cone, 1 milk per... That's 2 milk per... Sorry, it's 6 milk per banana split, I think. $7 milk per banana split. Is that right? Hold on, let me check something. 150 banana split, 1200 milk. You know what? I did have Gilded Barns turned on. Okay. Good thing I caught that. I actually did have Gilded Barns turned on. It should make a little bit more milk than that because this is cutting it close on the milk production. It should actually be overproducing milk, and with the current rate, it's barely producing enough milk. So yeah, I had Gilded Barns turned on. I couldn't remember if I had it on or off because I was trying to mess with the barns, like trying to see if I can get away with 5, but I can't because it's not enough milk. All right. Dream says, I don't think that Gala even knew it, Dub. The left hand never knows what the right hand is doing. Yeah, that can be problematic. Oh, I didn't finish. Town image. Any inappropriate images? Invisible pictures. Ooh, or images used to trick other players. Maybe subject to termination of town or removal from awards. Images used to trick other players. I know people used to abuse this back when we had Land Rush, but I don't see how it would be possible to trick other players in the current version of the game. I'm not sure if you guys have any ideas. I know that the pictures show up here. What could it possibly mean by tricking people, like tricking people with an inappropriate picture. By the way, shout out to O-Town and XG. You guys are doing amazing. Hope you keep it up. But yeah, what does it mean? The only thing I can think of is like an inappropriate picture tricking somebody. Yeah, I don't know. Dream says Ben buys private jets. No one knows about it until the lawsuit and his partner. That's always gonna be a meme at this point. So these aren't perfect, obviously, but it's for a new player, it's decent. But that's the problem. It's just not perfect. Like some of that stuff can be confusing or misleading. Like you're not gonna get banned because you well, you're probably not gonna get banned because you traded an NFC that was already in your town, unless you were purposefully doing it to try to abuse the game. But seeing as it just automatically takes it out of your town, you should be fine. These are interesting though. Requirements, I'm not gonna read that one. Reward structure, I'll read that one. These are interesting. I could legit make a video just on this. It would probably be like half an hour to an hour long though. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know about these guides. Now, it wouldn't really be my info. I would just be relaying Gala's information to people that may not know about it. It would be a lazy video, if you know what I mean. Like, I wouldn't have to do a lot. The build showcases take me a while to do because, like, it's I gotta work on the build, gotta make sure it works, do tweaks, and then count how many buildings I have and relay that information and how the entire crafting process works and talk about the build and stuff. So it takes some time, and I have to leave it running and test it. So yeah, that takes some time, but it's definitely helpful, and I believe it teaches people how to play, or at least helps them out. But like a video where I just talk about info that's on the screen right here that you could just easily search up. A lot of people do that anyways, right? Not something I usually do, but that could be a video that could help out new people at least. Shanrat says, I don't think there is any way to trick people anymore, or anyone anymore, that has any real effect. Maybe you could put an hourglass as your icon and name your account loading. You would have to name your account loading, and I'm not sure you can have dots on your account name anymore. Emma, that was Land Rush by using a picture or a river. So you think you have a good spot. I understand that. Like, I understand people did that, but like, keep in mind that this guide was written after that. So we didn't have Land Rush. We don't have, wait, did we? Maybe I'm wrong. It was published 2024. I just realized I may have misread the year. These guides aren't that new. They came out last year and they were just updated this year. I think they were updated along with the name change. These guides already existed and I just never really saw people talking about them. That's interesting. Maybe I missed them completely. Kind of got somewhat off topic here, but what is Gala? Townstar rules. Events, offer competition server. They have a Gala or NFT reward. Sell mead. Yep. That's a typo. Martin says they should thank Lycan. He told that all before. Now they say it. He proved and told about it. He did it for free. Are you talking about like the console cheating, or did he mean something else? Crab says bring on Lycan the lawyer to co-host with you, making the video about the rule. It would just be him fighting the game for the whole video. Like there's a difference between being informative and just FUDing. Like, you can do both, but like that's not the purpose of trying to help people out. I guess it depends on the way you think about it, right? You could FUD the game to help people out to not play the game, but it doesn't really help the community. Martin says, but that site is total change. I see nothing of crypto and wallet and node, but only about the game. It's total change. Now, I'm pretty sure they have other articles about like the crypto and where to buy Gala and stuff. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna check into all that though. Shanrat says maybe it is part of the in-game tutorial for new players that we wouldn't have seen. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Farmer Michelle would have shared it with us. Maybe, like, or did she not know either? Oh, did he? Did Lycan like share this in the video? Maybe, I don't. Not that I can remember, honestly. Right here, there's a typo that says completion. No. I think that meant to say competition, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna read it as is though. Sometimes a completion can last as long as 2 weeks, while other competitions can last as little as a few days. Users can see the latest updates, the Townstar reward structure, and the length of the competition's time in the Gala Games Discord. There's a Discord. Same reward structure from 2023. Reward structure is subject to change at any points. There we go. Not really any info I didn't know, but like right here it says completion can last as long as 2 weeks, and I think it meant competition. I don't think we've ever had a competition that lasts 2 weeks. The longest competition we've had was 6 days long. That was a long time ago as well, and the shortest competition we had, I think, was 2 days long. Keep in mind that the competitions now are 3 days long, but at some point they did used to be 4 days long for a good amount of time. But 2 weeks long? There was never like an actual competition that was 2 weeks long. Chandra says she said there was a new in-game tutorial for new player, but we wouldn't see it because we are not new. Okay, but I'm not sure if it was talking about this. The only thing I heard about the new in-game tutorial was like you get some extra cash to start with, and it teaches you some very basic stuff. I don't think it even taught you offline mode or auto trade. Crabs Crypto says here is our Discord where half of the active players are banned. The fudders, as some would say. Citizen says attention to details more an art than a science. Yeah. I think it links to the Discord. I'm not gonna click it, but I think it does. Interesting nonetheless. I did not know this existed. But there apparently is a written guide, the Downstar, that was provided by Gala Games. And who knows, maybe I probably should link it on my Townstar playbook. Like, hey, you want the official guide from Gala? Here you go. This will teach you how to play. I would feel bad about copy pasting their stuff on my playbook, though I kind of done that already with the competition announcements, obviously, because I kind of have to. They're the ones that announce it, but like their guides, I don't really want to copy paste their guides on here. Like the guides I have on the Townstar playbook, the FAQ section, for the most part, stuff I wrote down from my research. Sure, they've talked about it before, but like this stuff. So I don't know if anybody even reads this. Maybe some new players check the Townstar playbook and they check the FAQ, which answers some good questions, but this is information that I wrote down. They do have a good amount of information in the guide that Gala made, apparently. Maybe I also explain it, but I just explain it in less words. But that's cool, yeah. I will probably, in the FAQ section of the Townstar Playbook, I'll put a little section that says Gala Games does have a guide, and here's the link to it. That is probably what I'll do. And yeah, I think that'd be an alright idea. Someone should tell Doug so he can refer new players. You know, I don't think even Doug even knew about that guide. This is pretty good. I didn't even know it existed. Martin, 1,000 players active. That means about 500 left. Then rules is needed for new players. Oh, you mean like previously there was 1,500 active and now there's 1,000? Is that what you meant? As long as the rewards are top 1,200, there will always be at least 1,200 people. Ooh, it's perfect. Nope, using them all. All the spookies. Get all those spooky wheels. That's me. I was taking a screenshot. Yeah, about 1,000 right now. I mean, the competition just started like 2 hours ago, but lately when I've been checking it, it's like 1,500 people that participate, and like 1,300 that seem to try, and 1,200 that make it. Yeah, accounts. Yeah, let's say at least 1,200 accounts. So it may not actually be like 1,200 people, but 1,200 accounts. It's a good way to say it. Because I mean, we know by now there are some people multi-accounting. It's pretty obvious. They find ways to get away with it because of the way Gala rules work, which I kind of talked about for a little bit, with the 1 account per system rule. I do consider multi-accounting in the competitions cheating. Like, I think Gala does as well, but I consider it cheating. But some people are going to do it anyways. And it's easy to justify it though. Because like, so at one point my girlfriend did do the competitions. She doesn't do them now because it's too time consuming for her. But like at some point she did do, like she did her own designs. She didn't want to use mine. She had fun actually making her own designs. She didn't really care about winning, although she did get top 1,200 on a few competitions. But she didn't really care about winning, I guess, maybe. She had fun actually playing the game and making a design for herself. But she only did a few competitions, and well, we're in the same household. She just has her own laptop. There's no issue there, right? But the way some people look at it, it's like they have their account, of course, and then they have, say, their family member's account, who maybe they do exist, maybe they actually do play the game, maybe they don't. It doesn't really matter, but they could just say, you know, the family member that's using this other account, even though it shares the same IP or same internet connection, Wi-Fi, whatever. They can check all that, by the way. But that's just the way to justify it, you know. That's how it goes. Chanrat, you can't really prove it either way. There you go. You can't. You really can't prove it. Now, I do know people who have gotten permanently banned for multi-accounting. And, I mean, that's because they were multi-accounting, like, in a way where you could prove it. So there's a way you can prove it, and there's a way you can't prove it, which is what I just talked about. And like, I don't really like talking about it because I don't want to give people the wrong ideas. But obviously people are multi-accounting. I consider it cheating, but like there's, you know, there's ways where Gala doesn't consider it cheating because they believe it to be an actual other person. You know, that's not possible to prove. But like if you were to actually multi-accounts with the same device, same IP, they can tell. They definitely can tell. Well, there's other loopholes around that. I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, they have ways to tell for sure. C Money says, when do the rewards from the last comp usually get distributed? I mention it on every video, and I always like to say 5 days, because and I think they do a very good job at distributing rewards quickly. People actually expect them to get distributed by the next business day, or I guess within the first 3 days. You know, since the competition ends on Friday, the next business day is Monday, so that's usually when people will expect the distribution to happen, because they've been doing a very good job at distributing the rewards. I'll give them that. You cannot tell me that they do a shitty job distributing the rewards if they're distributing them within the first 3 days. I think that's amazing. Now, that didn't seem to happen this time. We're on, what, day 4? They haven't distributed the rewards yet. Keep in mind, it was a holiday weekend. I don't know if that had any effect on anything, right? But it was a holiday weekend. You had some people go to the White House, apparently. So maybe that's one of the reasons it got delayed. I don't know for sure. But I think they still do a very good job distributing stuff quickly. If it's not distributed today, then probably tomorrow. But yeah, in my videos, I always say about 5 days. It's usually 3 days, which is the next business day. Shanrat says, there were times when I could see it being worth it, but I can't imagine it would be worth the time and effort to try to multi-account now. I guess it really depends what country you live in. Because, I mean, here, $2 or $4 or $6 isn't gonna go that far. But in some other places, it may be worthwhile. I mean, it's fun. It's a game, right? Play a game. Hopefully you're having fun. And I guess that's the way they see it, right? Get more rewards, maybe. I mean, that's the way I would try to see it. Oh, cool. Unfortunately, I can't talk about that because it's on Gala Gold. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's not just on Gala Gold. No, I've just seen the there's another Miranda's AMA next week. I don't know. I seen it announced on Gala Gold, but apparently it's a public announcement since an hour ago. That's next week though. Cool AMA for Mirandis. I'm sure people would love an AMA for Townsar, but all right. Your trees 3-second craft. The legendary trees, yes. Regular trees, oh, not these. These are on the red craft timer on purpose. But the legendary trees are pretty much 3 seconds. I think it really should be like 2.5 seconds. Nah, it is 3 seconds, yeah. 3-second craft time. I think the regular trees are 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds on the regular trees. It's amazing. This needed a good amount of wood production. And sometimes I'll spare the legendary tree farms for my the supporters in my supporters only guild, but this time I couldn't spare any. Needed to use them all. So yeah, I'll probably stream for a couple more minutes. Let's see. Next week, I think I'm going to skip on making a no NFT build showcase. Because I want to spend time playing Expedition 33, which comes out Thursday. Kind of a selfish reason, but I'm looking forward to that game, so I'm gonna play it as soon as it comes out. And I would assume I'll probably play it all weekend. If it's good, if it's as good as people think it is. Now I'm still gonna work on my personal build and still do the competition and all that. But I probably won't do a no NFT build. So what I'm thinking is, it's been a while since I've done like a community build showcase. Last time, when was it last time that I did it? Was it in Halloween? Has it really been that long? Yeah, last time I did one, I think we had like 10 people submit a no NFT required build. Let me pull it up on Discord. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like if I can't remember it, damn. But yeah, a community build showcase, as they call it, is when I ask people to do a no NFT build and we kind of pretty much vote on who had the best design or the most helpful one. Ideally, it would be the most helpful one, but usually the best design is the most helpful one. Usually. The last time I did this, 10 people submitted a no NFT build, which was a lot more than I thought would submit. I ended up giving out more than 3 prizes, but it was 3 main prizes. Rare Water Tower, Trinity Gemworks, Birdhouse Uncommon. I have some NFTs like that I've been meaning to give out for this very reason. Some of the other NFTs I think were like additional donations, which I appreciate. So I'm still thinking exactly how I want to do this. If I let just anybody submit a no NFT build, it's going to be too many to talk about in the video. Like when I did the video for this, for the Halloween meta, I kind of had to spend like 2 minutes talking about each design, which they're still here. I'm pretty sure everybody can still see this channel. Yeah, it's open to everybody. Not sure if anybody still lurks around on this, but there was like a good amount of information here to learn about the game. And how everybody had like a different design for this. What was the meta, by the way? I'm sure I mentioned it here. Because I'm thinking it's like trick-or-treat bags or something. Oh, Starlight Market Box. Which consisted of what exactly? Who the heck knows? I don't remember. My memory's not that great. I felt like maybe it had trick-or-treat bags and something else. But yeah, I'm thinking, do I want to do it this way, or do I want to limit it to only 3 or 5 people? That's what I'm wondering right now. Because I think I will do like a community build showcase like this. Community build event, whatever. And I I think I'll have 3 prizes or 3 main prizes, but I don't know if I want to have 3 or 5 people participate. I would like everybody that participates to get a prize, but that's not possible. So now I'm wondering exactly how I'm gonna do it, but I'm just letting you guys know that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, if you were thinking of maybe doing a no NFT required design for fun or to try to help people out, because I'm going to showcase it for everybody to see it before the competition begins. Yeah, I might do some events. So I will be, you know, if I do the event, I'll be accepting entries for that. That's just the thing. I don't know if more than 10 people would submit an entry for this, but we shall see. That's kind of what I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully I make up my mind by today or tomorrow. Obviously we don't know what the next meta is, so like maybe tomorrow they'll announce it, and then by tomorrow I'll like start asking if I'll start typing up what it's gonna be. I don't know. The other thing I am working on with the help of somebody that helps me make a Discord bot for it is a new type of giveaway system for the channel. I've talked about this a long time ago, probably around Christmas. I want to have some kind of way for only the most active people in the community to enter the bigger giveaways that I intend to do. And I want it to be like there'll be a trivia bot, and every couple of minutes or maybe every hour or every couple hours, it'll randomly ask a Townstar related question. You got 5 answer choices. You pick the correct answer, you get a point. You only have a couple minutes to answer it, and if you pick the wrong answer, then obviously you don't get a point on that one. And the first person that answers it gets additional points, just being like the, you know, first correct answer, fastest to answer, bonus points. Those points will add up and they can be used to enter a giveaway. Maybe even multiple entries towards a giveaway if you have a lot of points. So I think that would be hopefully fun, but good way to get the more active players to have a greater chance of winning giveaways. I probably won't do that for all the types of giveaways. Like if I give away smaller things, it'll probably still be open for everybody. Like even brand new people that come into the Discord. Yeah, even the the new people. But that's what I was thinking there. I have somebody helping me work on the bot because I don't know all about the that's a little bit more complicated than I know, so I don't know how to do all that. But I have somebody that knows how to do all that stuff for the Discord bots. Now what I'm working on is a full list of trivia questions. I only made 5 right now as an example. I've not worked on that right now because I am still working on some other video that's almost done. But I would be open to having somebody possibly help me come up with trivia questions. If you for some reason like coming up with Townstar related trivia questions, let me know. I'll tell you what I'm looking for, and there would be compensation, whether that means you want some specific NFT. Maybe you can convince me to give me an NFT, you know, ask me for my Hatchet Hank. That's not gonna happen, by the way. But if there's a specific NFT you're looking for, or if you're not sure about payment, and then maybe I can give you an idea of how much Gala I would compensate you, or Ethereum or something, I would be willing to accept the help there. It would probably, at most, it would only be like 2 people that can help me, because I don't think I would have more than 2 people help me with that. What is a ghost store? Ghost store is not a thing anymore. Dream says, yeah, how many family members do they have playing the game? Yeah, who knows? Some people have families of like 20 people. Some people have dogs, and their dogs playing Townstar too. No, I'm just joking. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. No way to prove it, like Shanrat said earlier. Current trivia? Yeah. Current trivia. That's what you meant. No, Shanrat. Ghost store. What is a ghost store? It cannot be a question that's asked. Current trivia. I'm not going to show you the 5 examples I have, but one example would be like, how many cocoa is required to craft a chocolate bar? And you'd have answer choices of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 being the correct answer. That would be a very easy one, but like stuff like that, I would hope that everybody knows the answer to that. But if you're very new to the game, you will not know the answer to that, or you would just have to look it up at the Town Store Playbook, which is completely fine. But you know, it would reward, hopefully, would reward more points for activity in my Discord, or at least in my Town Store chats. That would be the idea. I play with Lucy. I thought that was a great question. Maybe even worth a hang. It has to be multiple choice as well. It can be longer phrases and stuff, but yeah, it has to be multiple choice. Spring break. Mr. Chupa says, I miss Zeely, especially the rewards. I mean, Zeely was pretty cool, actually. I got a couple NFTs there. Not as many as some other people, because I did not try hard enough. But that's fine. I would much rather let other people have a chance to get those NFTs. What did I get from Zeely? I think I got my 3rd chocolate fountain, which made up for the fact that they nerfed the chocolate fountain anyways. You used to need 2 of them. Because, what was it? The chocolate bar used to require 3 cocoa? And they made it require 5 after the chocolate fountain was introduced. I think that's what happened. So yeah, that kind of annoyed me, but I did get the 3rd chocolate fountain for free, so like, I'm like, alright, that's fine, I suppose. But the Zeely rewards were cool. Yes. I could have gotten them all if I actually paid more attention to it, but I just didn't. And I'm sure I had like point advantages because I make videos. I could just tell Ninja Just Surprise, like, hey, I made this video. Give me my points. You know, they had that in the system. But I tend to have forgotten, like, I didn't check up on that. Kind of like Twitter or X, I just don't check it. Or I don't check it enough. Mr. Chupa says, it was such a great way to get NFTs for free. Needed to work on social media, but still very nice. Yes, I agree. It was very nice. And what did they gave out like 10 or 20 NFTs every month, right? What was it? 10 or 20? That's pretty good. I mean, that's like between, could have been between $3,000 to $9,000 worth of NFTs, right? You know, in Gala Games pricing. Now the side effect of that was that it did reduce the price of some NFTs. I feel like the natural energy plant went down in price after they gave it out from Zeely rewards. You mean quantity or different one? I was trying to remember how many of the NFTs they gave out for Zeely. I think top 20. Oh, my name is Jeff says top 25. Maybe it was top 25. So around there. Mr. Trupa says, I received a lot of stuff. I remember the gingerbread house, the Choco Fountain, Valentine's Stand, Artisan Guild. I think I got the gingerbread house and the Choco Fountain, and after that, I stopped paying enough attention to get the other stuff. Because yeah, at first, a lot of people didn't care about doing it because they didn't know there was an NFT reward. And I think around the time the Valentine's stand came out, that's when more people realized. I think, I might be misremembering, but I do remember that the Valentine's stand one, it was like a day-long event. Like you only had a day to answer a bunch of Valentine's related questions. So I definitely missed that one. It was cool though, yeah, the Zealy reward stuff was cool. And those, there was trivia questions in a way in that. Like there was some stuff that you did trivia questions and you got points. And the other half was like social stuff, like share a tweet that Benefactor or Bitbender made or Townstar made, and you get points. Or share some artwork that you did that's related to Townstar, or share a meme, or share a video that you made, or a guide, you know, all that stuff. That was cool. I think he had the right intentions doing that for marketing of the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and they let Ninja Surprise go, along with other people, I'm sure. You know, they let Farmer Michelle go and Volcron, but that was later. It was different times. Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Well, I've been running this for an hour and it's working great. So I'll keep letting it run for a couple more hours, but then I'll put it on offline mode. And I think that's pretty much it. Anybody have any other questions or want to chat about anything real quick? Of course, Rachel. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here as well. And I mean, I'm sure you guys are enjoying the Townstar competition, or getting frustrated by all the lag, maybe. Not really lagging anymore for me, but then again, I am finished. But I don't really see stuttering going on here, so that's good. I am kind of an AMA, huh? But unfortunately, I don't have the answers that most people want out of the Townstar team. That is unfortunate. I wish they told me more secret info. But no, they don't. As some people say, like, where are you getting this insider info from? No, I don't have any insider info. I read Discord a lot, so I have a lot of information to communicate to you guys that you might have missed. But clearly I missed some stuff too. Like, I didn't know about the guides that Gala made for Townstar. Or maybe I forgot about them. My memory's not that great either, so there's that. Shanra says you have better answers than Gala. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I try to communicate things clearly as I can. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Lazy DC, thank you, Dub. Have a great rest of the competition. I will see you all on Friday. If I'm not up all night playing Expedition 33. But yeah, I will see you all later. I'll be on Discord still. I'll check it throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all. See ya.